Well, hello, hello, hello. This is some major breaking news coming up. A few things we're going to talk about over in this. We are potentially getting ready to see some huge, massive news that is coming out with the Noatic laws. That the Knesset board is trying to ban Israel from sharing the name of Jesus, witnessing the name of Jesus, preaching the name of Jesus, up to jail time. And remember, it was a couple months ago, we were talking about Knesset boards trying to appoint a leader to the temple. And then just the last week, we shared a video about their wanting to appoint the people that are around Yanuka would like to appoint him as the leader of Israel. And we're going to talk about Israel's two-faced allies, and over 800,000 people in North Korea joined the military, and Xi Jinping and Putin's meeting today has finally taken place. Like we said, by the end of March, they were going to have a meeting. So we're seeing right here, this is biblical. What is happening here if this is passed?
Conservative Christian leaders are calling on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to stop a bill proposed by members of his coalition to make it criminal to tell people about Jesus in Israel. Our Jerusalem correspondent Daniel Cohen is live near Tel Aviv with more. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Allison. Good morning, everyone. A big story just before days before Palm Sunday, Good Friday, and Easter. Sacred time for Christians. Two ultra-Orthodox members of Prime Minister Netanyahu's coalition have introduced a bill that would punish believers for sharing the gospel of Jesus with prison time. United Torah Judaism Knesset members Moshe Gafni and Yaakov Asher introduced legislation last week making it illegal to share in conversation or produce content online, in print, or by mail. Their explanation of the bill emphasizes a warning to stop Christians in particular.
Crazy. We see here, it says the two Knesset members propose legislation to outlaw sharing the gospel in Israel and send violators to prison. Could it become a law? Now, remember, former Trump Pence official warns bill poses a massive threat to free speech, human rights, and religious freedom. Now, we remember the Temple Mount News brought up that they wanted to coexist and bring Judaism and Christian followers together. But if Christian followers come to the Temple Mount with them on Passover, they won't be allowed to talk about Jesus. So, is it possible that the Israeli government this year could pass a legislation making it illegal for people to share the gospel message in the very land where Jesus was born, raised, preached, died, buried, and rose from the dead? Unfortunately, yes, this is a very key thing that could happen. And this bill would send violators to prison. It should begin to gain traction inside the Knesset and begin moving towards passage. The bill could create a major new headache for the government by sparking a serious clash with evangelical Christians in the United States and around the world who are among the biggest supporters of the state of Israel. It says the United States alone has some 60 million evangelicals. Globally, they say there's some 600 million. This is huge. What does the new bill actually say? The proposed legislation would outlaw all efforts by people of one faith who, in any way, want to discuss or try to persuade people of other faiths to consider changing their current religious beliefs. The punishment for doing so would be 1 year imprisonment. If the conversation is with a minor, someone under the age of 18, the punishment will be 2 years. The bill would apply to people having spiritual conversations with Israelis of any religion. Now, I have someone in Israel that watches our content. They would not be able to watch this anymore per this bill. They would get jail time just for watching it, because you remember hearing in that it would also prohibit them from watching any online films or anything to do with it. The bill's primary objective, therefore, appears to be making it illegal for followers of Jesus, Yeshua, to explain why they believe in Jesus is both Messiah and God. The bill does not only make a simple personal conversation about Jesus with another individual a crime, it would also make it illegal for someone who solicits a person directly, digitally, by mail, or online in order to convert his religion. Now, here we see online, even if somebody happens to watch something like what this channel's doing, it could get this person in trouble. It's illegal. So if somebody over in Israel is watching one of these streams, they could get persecuted for watching it because the name of Jesus is being said. We have got to pray about this. But also today, Prophecy News Watch had put up America and Britain claim to be allies of Israel. There is no gainsaying the deep links between them of military assistance, intelligence, and trade. Israel is an invaluable strategic asset for America and Britain in the Middle East, a crucial bulwark in the defense of the West. And yet, both America and Britain undermine Israel's security and defense against any attacks and continue to promote Palestinian Arabs. It wasn't too long ago, actually, today or yesterday, I do believe, that we are continuing to push to help Iran, and we're not stopping it. So we say we're allies with them, but we're trying to equip someone that wants nuclear capability to blow them off the face of the earth. Now, all these links will be in the description, but this was pretty interesting. Over 800,000 joined North Korean army in a single day to fight America. Nearly 800,000 people signed up to join the North Korean military in a single day, the country's state-run media claimed Saturday. Now, this is just a claim. We don't know if it's for sure. It says a claim. The North Korean newspaper says 800,000 students and workers signed up to fight the U.S. on Friday, just one day after North Korea fired a ballistic missile into the sea between South Korea and Japan. The total number included many North Koreans who sought to reenlist, the paper noted. This is a huge uptick in their military if this is true. There's a claim. It's one of the things we got to take with a grain of salt. That is a claim. But also, we were talking about this over last week that Xi Jinping has finally made his visit over here. Xi Jinping said China was ready with Russia to stand guard over the world order based on international law as he landed in Moscow for a state visit days after Vladimir Putin was made the subject of an arrest warrant by the International Criminal Court. According to The Guardian, the Chinese leader is expected to position himself as a potential peacemaker in the Ukrainian war during his first state visit to Russia since Putin's invasion. For his part, the Russian president will be hoping to project unity in the face of Western isolation. A military brass meeting greeted Xi at Moscow's airport, where he was welcomed by Russia's Deputy Prime Minister for Tourism, Sport, Culture, and Communications. Now, I'm not Dmitry Krenchkov, if I said the name right. Now, I am very glad at the invitation of President Vladimir Putin to come back to the land of our close neighbor on a state visit, Xi said upon arrival. According to Russia's state-run news agency, I am confident the visit will be fruitful and give new momentum to the healthy and stable development of Chinese and Russian relations. He added, together with Russia, China was ready to defend the UN centric international system, stand guard over the world order based on international law. The two leaders spoke briefly to the press on Monday at the Kremlin before an informal meeting happened. So here's this big meeting everybody's been waiting for. And a lot of people are keeping their eyes on this, and maybe a lot are missing this that's going on. But this is predominantly some of the biggest biblical news we've had in a while because persecution is about to hit. We could be seeing Revelation opening up right before us. There is some of these Noahic laws that have also been signed into America. I'm going to dig deeper into them, that it could potentially even reach here with these Noahic laws, that it would be illegal to be speaking the name of Jesus. Now, it would be hard for a lot of us to accept that to happen here in America, but there has been these laws signed in, and they're just take a matter of time before they actually fall into place. So this is predominant news here. Very, 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 very large news. And I only say it because this is, without a shadow of a doubt, what we see in Revelation, that persecution will happen in the land of Jacob. And we've got to keep our eyes on the prize. And I will try to dig in deeper with some of these things, as I do have some FBI vault record stuff from the Freedom Information Act that I will try to look through. But this is very predominant news. This is almost like red alert, because if Israel does ban the name of Jesus there, I mean, this is huge. All these links will be in the description if you want to read further. There was a lot more to read on them. But and also a short will pop up at the end of this. The Lord had me feel like talk about the calm before the storm, because if tomorrow does happen the way that a lot of people are saying, that Trump will get arrested, we're already seeing. I do believe they said. Let me go to this real quick if I can find it. Where was it? Yeah, right here. Let me share this. They're already bracing for something in New York. It could all be propaganda, just to keep people's eyes off things that are going. But it says the NYC is bracing for unrest after Trump calls for protest over possible arrest. I'll have this link in the description too. But there's a lot going on in the world right now, and the primary focus needs to be Jesus Christ, especially with them pushing throughout the world the name of Jesus out more and more and more. We have to get our lives in order, and we have to witness Jesus Christ to the ends of the earth, no matter what happens. Are we willing to stand for our faith? Are we willing to stand for our faith, even if it gets jail time? I tell you what, brothers and sisters in Canada are getting arrested for the gospel all the time. Brothers and sisters in Afghanistan, Nigeria, Iran, Pakistan that are proclaiming Jesus, they're dying on a daily basis. We have to gain a boldness. We have been shielded with a blanket here and not had any persecution compared to any other nation here in America. We need to keep it as a fact that it could be coming here. With some of these laws, I know some of you watching know exactly what I'm talking about. They have pushed things through, Noahic laws through the American government. And the Noahic law is exactly what these Knesset members in Israel try to do, try to make it illegal to push the name of Jesus. Look, at the start of this year, we seen the coexisting UAE Abrahamic family house opening. We see more Muslim nations coming to ally with Israel through the Abraham Accords deal. There is so much biblical prophecy happening that this should be scaring the hell out of people. Not in the way I'm saying, scaring out the hell out of people, to be afraid of going to hell, to fear the one that brings life and death, the one that after death can cast us into hell, or we'll be in an eternal place in heaven with him. I mean, we got to have a fear in God. We have to. We shall love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy might. We should be proclaiming the name of Jesus Christ, the gospel of Jesus Christ, by the blood that we were redeemed by, that we were reconciled by, that we were freed by. No matter who hates it, we should be proclaiming it. So much love to you all.